Today is day 8. Yeah, day 8 of my road to profitability. We are looking at news. Nothing really. Chairman's at 8 a.m. PMI passed. Yeah. Okay. So we're good. I can trade now. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Okay. So Wednesday is the wild card day. Depends on the reaction from the liquidity void, but I've seen that we have kind of a little bit of a pullback so far. Asia session. 188 bearish, um, protraction, 100 bearish indicating bullish, delayed protraction, 145 bearish indicating bearish. We hit into kind of a order block level on the 30-minute. Not really. I would count this one more of the order block right here, just a candle wick. But it seems like we have a 30-minute very strong pullback, and then we tap into a fair value gap, and then we pull back once more. Do we have any SMTs? London low gets swept. Yes, 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 yes. All the same. Aha! Oh, oh yes. Okay, so I would be looking at bullishness just because Dow Jones swept those lows. We'd be going down to the 1 minute. Seeing what can we see? I would wait for this to see if we want to push lower or if we want to continue higher. But for now, I want to see something come down to the 50% here. Consequent encroachment. Nice little move lower. Nah, y'all made fun of my quant when she did this shit. Little did y'all know. Now, I'll tell y'all, boys, we are not the same. You trade with a stop loss, I trade like a loss by stop. Now, I'll tell y'all, boys. She has a Nice pullback handle. I'm actually going to wait to see if this continues lower or if it does break out higher. It seems we might break out higher here. But we do have resting liquidity. We do indeed have resting liquidity. We have two lows right here. Failure swing. I'm expecting some Judas PD arrays here. I kind of want this bullish fair value gap to be inverse, but as a Judas, so it would just be fake. Um, and then hopefully sweeps on this liquidity down here. And then it'd be even better if we tap into 930 and then we start to see a reaction off of it. Maybe not. Yes. Please. There we go. We inverse that bullish for value gap. Now I want a Judas swing to go lower and then create structure indicating higher, indicating bullishness. Now I'll tell y'all boys, we are not the same. You trade with a stop loss, I trade like I lost my stop. Now I'll tell y'all boys, we are not the same. She has a giant ass, and she's fun. Nah, y'all made fun of my. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. We might low-key just consolidate here. We'll see. Yo, Trey. What the f? Yo, are you good? We are literally going to sit in the entire game. So the problem is you have to get a perfect circle in this. It takes hours. Even if I get a perfect circle, people die too slowly. There's too many alive. My friend Fresh is one of the best players in the world. I'll stream snipe him without him knowing, and he's going to kill the entire lobby so quick. It's just going to be me and him left, and then I'm going to run into his room and unplug his PC. Come on. Oh, he's over there. Fresh, kill him. Kill him quick. Goddamn came in and left me. Mm. Hmm. Let's see. Do we have a secondary SMT? We do technically have a secondary SMT. Realistically speaking. I don't like Dow Jones. I never like it, bro. Worst comes to worst, I just don't take a trade today, but I do want to see some bullishness again. Potentially, if we start seeing structure bearish, like very strong structure, I'll take a bearish trade. As they come, as they come. Whoa. Gonna keep waiting. Just gonna keep waiting.
Up this morning, felt like absolute dead. Decided to go back to bed. And it looks like I did not miss out on anything. Looks like we had a beautiful opportunity for a Judas swing this morning. Out of this hourly gap that's over here, but we just ended up kind of grinding up. I guess we Judas swung. I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, Antoinette, you're up 8,000. Why don't you just close? Well, because we're not at TP yet. A lot of you guys miss out on profits because you're not patient and you fail to realize that patience pays. Now, yes, now we're down to 4,000, 2,000, 1,000, and I pretty much wanted to draw down. By the way, I have stop loss alerts set on trading view and I come back to the chart to check where it is. So please, comment warriors, don't talk about no stop loss on the chart because I also don't have TP. I also come back to check that as well. Now I'm gonna slow this clip down so you guys can really understand why I do not care that I went from almost $10,000 to being in $2,000 of drawdown. When you're trading, you have to have set entries, TPs, and stop losses. Your entries that you have set in your mind do not change based on what the market is doing. So I don't care whether I went from 10,000 to negative 2,000, I care about whether my stop loss hits or my TPs hit. When you go into trading with that mindset, you stop taking profits off the table, you stop trading with emotions, and you just accept the fact that you have your set levels. That is how you last long term in this space. Proper risk management, have the set levels, and be patient. Now, look at what happened. Check the timestamp. I was in drawdown at 9:48. Look at the top left. It's now 9:51. I'm up over $20,000 in profit. Got an alert on our Telegram channel that TP hit and on TradingView. So I closed my trades, and this is what patience looks like. I've been trading alone for like 7 years, but the fact that I have an academy now where I can trade with other people is just so amazing.
Oh, yes. I want it to continue lower just to sweep these out and then hit 930. And then if we can get a reversal off the 930 level and we continue pushing bullish here, that would be exactly what I wanted. But if I end up like closing below the 930 level, I would wait until like 50% and see if we get a reaction off of that level or maybe down here. But overall, I want to first see these levels get hit. Beautiful. Hey, a little strong on the movement. I'm not gonna lie, a little strong on the movement, but that's why we're gonna wait. Very strong on the movement. How much are these candles each worth? Like 20? Yeah, 24. Not super strong. Not super strong. Swept the two lows. We didn't quite get to 930. Nah, I would wait. I would wait. I would look to see what happens here at this bearish fair value gap. Might actually end up going down to the 50%. Ooh, we closed directly on the 930 level. I kind of like that, but I'm kind of worried. I'm a little bit worried. So we're going to wait for some form of confirmation. Yeah, we're going to wait for some confirmation. And that's why we wait. At this point, I'm looking for sells. But I want to wait to see if there's any form of a retracement up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Huh. So now we kind of seeing some bullish structure. Or we were going to see some bullish structure, but we did pull back a decent amount down to the 930 level. God damn. No good pullback, no good pullback. Now we wait for a reaction. We're so deep into this retracement already that there's no point in taking a bearish trade unless it indicates that it wants to sweep out lows, which, I mean, it's possible, right? Especially because of this SMT. But I wouldn't be looking for sweeps on lows. I'd be looking for pushing higher. Okay, okay. That's some movement. That's some movement. Not the greatest movement. It's definitely something. And then we pull back. Nice. Oof. Large stop. Damn, bro. What a pullback. Let me get a re-entry. Nah, no re-entry. All right. Damn, bro. I missed out. I was gonna get in on this because I was looking at it as 930 plus order block. But then I was like, damn, how big is this stop loss? So I kind of like hesitated. A little emotional on my part, but it's whatever. Let me just wait. Are we dead ass, bro? No bearishness on that candle at all. There, I'll get in on there. My stop will be at that order block again. Oh, okay. And then take profit. I really don't know what I would do for take profit. I think I would just do a manual take profit. Oh, if this candle retraces all the way to the order block right after I get in, I'm gonna cry. And it seems like it does. Yeah, okay. It retraces all the way to the order block as soon as I get in. Oh, wow. Wow, wait. No, it seems like it just reacted off of this fair value gap, actually. Yeah. Wow. I waited all that time for that. Are we dead ass? No, I couldn't help before I love again. As they come, as they come. No, I couldn't help. That's kind of unfortunate. It is a pretty shaky day. I'll get in there. This will be my last trade for the day. I'm kind of targeting this order block now. Realistically speaking, I really am. It is very strong though. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change this to 5. On the tap in, I'll close out. I'll close at half. And then I'll let the remaining half play out until like here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe more. No, discard. I'm gonna get rid of this. Cancel order. I'm gonna go 3 here. 1 here. And then finalize 1 here. This, nope, that's not what I want. Oh. There's a second take profit. With that, I would pull up. I would trail. Because this account is intraday. Oh shit, that's not what I want. Okay, there you go. This account is intraday, so I have to kind of take trailing stop loss. Well, I had to. Now that I'm up past my buffer zone, I can take whatever, but yeah, that's a pretty good trade, and honestly, I really hope that didn't count as a counter position because that was an accident. But yeah, so I had to trail stops because this account is intraday trailing loss limit. So my maximum loss limit on this account was 1500, and until I get to that 1500, my maximum loss limit would continue trailing intraday, which means if I'm like open P&L $1,000, right, but I end up closing that trade for like $500, my stop loss still trailed up $1,000, not the 500 that I made. Most accounts, if you make $500, then that account stop loss is trailed up $500. And whereas where this one is like, if your open P&L is a certain amount of money, then that trailing stop loss goes up that certain amount of money. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense, but basically, whatever I have in a trade, whether I close it or not, that's how much my trailing stop loss goes up. It doesn't matter if I close for less or if I get stopped out. It'll trail that stop to where my maximum open P&L was. And most accounts don't do that, but this one does. So I had to make my buffers first. So now that I'm past my buffer by like $300-$400. I'm good to actually take more trades where I don't pull my stops all the way up, right? Because normally I would have maybe done break even there, or maybe brought it to 50% of the leg, right? Just so if price does want to reverse, I'm at least still a little bit in profit. But if price continues lower, then I'm at least safe to continue lower, right? But yeah, so that's going to be it for today's trading day. I will get back with a trade journal later. I want to eat breakfast, I'm not going to lie. That recording was actually not that long. It felt very long, but it was only 35 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah, so we're up on the day, 1200. First trade was kind of emotional, kind of difficult, realistically, but then I waited for this, ended up catching, what is this, from here to here, 91 points, not bad. Could have done better. Could have caught from all the way up here, considering I was already looking at it. 174, still not a lot of points, but again, Asia only moved about 120, I believe it was. 180. So maximum I would have targeted today was like 240, 230-ish. And we actually, from the top of New York to the bottom, we actually got 340, which is not bad. But from where I was in to then, it was 150. So we could definitely probably wait and catch more, especially now that we hit the zone and we see this movement. I would expect bullishness. But I've already caught my piece for the day and I'm kind of hungry. Uh, if I was on a live account or I mean, I could definitely trade more, but nah, I'm a little lazy today, but maybe I would start doing that where I take more than one or two profitable trades in the day, right? Um, Especially because I do want to see this end up going bullish. Um, but yeah, not a bad trading day. Could I have done better? For sure. Am I really too stressed about it? Not really, no. But yeah, it is like a perfect exit point right here. Like what, maybe 2 points, 3 points. Yeah, 3.25 points past my second take profit level. And then if I were to get in again, I'll do this, right? I will put down a long position so that we can check up on it later. Right? I will put it right here just to indicate the no, I would target more. Target like now I wouldn't target daily highs. I would just target something like this. But yeah, if we touch into this fair value gap at all, let me bring it up to the actual fair value gap. If we touch into this fair value gap at all, then I'm in. But I'm not really in. This is just so I can see it. So I can like I guess indicate that I would have taken a trade had I actually been here, but I'm not gonna sit here and wait and watch. So, yeah, I'm gonna end off the recording there. Hopefully, everybody had a good trading day. I know I had a pretty decent trading day today. Could have done better for sure, but not too stressed. And I believe tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is the last trading day of the week. Um, which if I can make a decent sum, I would probably go ahead and take a payout. Um, I was hoping that Friday would be a trading day so I could trade in one extra day, but it's a bank holiday. So hopefully tomorrow I can actually make a decent sum. If I can, I'll request a kind of probably a small payout. Uh, just to take one out, because this is the road to profitability. And I mean, what is this for if I'm not gonna take a payout, right? So I'll probably take a small payout. Hopefully I can at least take like maybe 1,000 to 1,500 out potentially. That would require me to take a pretty big trade tomorrow, but hopefully I could take a big trade tomorrow because I'm in I'm past my buffer zone, so I can actually take a pretty decent trade now. So yeah, hopefully I can take a decent trade. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I could potentially like actually make some crazy money tomorrow, right? But like during the road to consistency series, we were actually getting like hundreds and hundreds of points every day. But now, after the Iran news is down and it's past the June stage, we're getting into like sort of slower movement, not necessarily like weaker movement, but slower movement where we're making a lot of movement in a day, but it's like more back and forth, right? Instead of like one straight shot going super strong, bullish, super fast and stuff. Um, but yeah, hopefully tomorrow we can see something because during the road to consistency, some days I was making like 6,000, 7,000 off of 10 contracts only. Um, Whereas now we're kind of just like making maybe 100 points maximum, or like 50 points maximum. And, that's not really my trading style. And honestly, I could have gotten back in here, on this order block, for another trade, but I'm a little lazy and, I'm pretty happy with the profits that I got today. I could potentially take this trade, but I don't really think we're gonna see enough movement because it's 10. It's only 10 to be fair. Um, maybe. maybe if I see something later, I'm gonna end the recording still because I do want to go eat something. But maybe if I see something and I take it, then I'll just take it and we'll recap it later during the trade journal. Um, which I mean, yeah, during the trade journal, I wouldn't really have to record it because it'll be in my P&L, right? Because right now I'm at 1201 for P&L. I don't really have to record it. If I do record it, I will record it and I'll add it in, but I don't feel like editing and snipping them together and stuff. But we'll see how this reacts and stuff. But yeah, so if you guys had a good day, comment down below, like, subscribe to this channel and my second channel. Second channel, I'm working on a project. I don't know how long it's gonna take. It's been 2 years in the making. Hopefully I can get it done soon, but yeah, I'll see everybody in the trade recap.